Greetings, fellow travelers. I have a personal creation, the Fallout 76 Iron Vagabond Challenge. Now, this challenge right here is something that I came up with on my own. I was watching my wife play video games and I was like, how can I take this game that she's enjoying playing and make it harder for myself? Rule number 1 is Perma Death. If I die, I must donate everything I have to a donation box that's scattered around the map and delete my character. Now, creating the rule for the weapons was a very delicate thing I had to do, so I'm gonna leave the rule right here, but I'm gonna explain it a lot better when I get more time. Rule number 3 is no buying or selling to any vendors. I'm allowed to use the workbenches and stash boxes, but I cannot sell. Number 4, no Vats, obviously. Number 5, no public teams or events. No player camps can be used for anything whatsoever. Number 6 is no grenades. Any throwable I use must be a throwing knife or a tomahawk. Number 7 is I can only use legendary perk once I reach the required level to unlock it. Rule number 8 is going to be no power armor. I don't like power armor personally. Rule number 9 is no camps buffed. Food is allowed, but stuff you have to build in your camps like bed and instruments are not. Now, I know that with the rules in place now, you guys have some obvious questions like, why did watching my wife have fun make me want to challenge myself? I don't know either, to be honest. This challenge run, for the first time, 1 life, 1 locked loadout, and 1 chance to survive. So, here on our weapon wheel, we have melee one-handed, melee two-handed, fist, pistols, semi-auto weapons, automatic weapons, energy weapons, heavy weapons, shotgun, and archery. And fortunately for me, or unfortunately, my first run was gonna be is gonna be a pistol run. Now, time to roll to decide what we got next. We have 10mm, we have normal pipe pistol, we have the bolt action pistol, the pipe revolver, and the 22 revolver. All of these are solid choices, to be honest. Honestly, here I was hoping to be able to use the 10mm because you get that straight out of here, but let's see what we get. I don't know how to feel about it. I really didn't know how to feel about it at this time. Don't mind the fact that I almost invalidated the run immediately by trying to loot the donation box. Alright, well, I get my early game progression going. Let's touch up on the weapon progression system that I've made for this challenge. So, weapon progression was the hardest part of making this challenge. Here's how I worked it. So, obviously, every weapon isn't going to be obtainable straight out of the vault. That's why I created a weapon wheel. Generally, in all, there's like 5 levels of wheels. There's 5 different wheels. But the ones that are important right now are the wheel that has every weapon category on it and the tier 1 weapon. So every weapon in Fallout 76 I broke down into tiers. So like tier 1 weapons are going to be the weapons that are accessible very early on with little to no level requirement, like your combat knife, your pipe pistols, and your 10mm, right? So once it lands on whatever category of weapon, did I just fall through the map? Hold on, we gotta talk about that more. Hold on, run it back. I am 7 minutes into recording and you're gonna hit me with this? That's anyway, like I was saying, after I pick a tier 1 weapon and I feel like it has taken me far enough into the game, I will then grab a tier 2 wheel pistols and spin that as well to see what I can upgrade to. Now, weapon modding is a subject I was trying to figure out. So for now, I didn't mod my pipe pistol at all throughout this run. Whatever you're going to see in this video, I didn't mod my pipe pistol. All I did was craft new ones to reach the level that I was at. We're also not going to talk about how the game decided to send me into orbit again. Anyway, now we go over to the Overseer's camp and we're going to craft our first weapon of the run. I'm honestly super glad. I didn't know that you could just craft it off rip, but I did also go ahead and make a couple throwing knives because they are very helpful. And I don't know how this missed. We ain't gonna talk about it. You know what, matter of fact? Another rule I threw in here is I can't use 2 versions of the same gun at once. So like if I had a instigating pipe pistol, for example, I would have to use that and not just switch to a different one after firing the first shot. Because if you don't know, instigating mod in this game makes it so that you do more damage if the enemy's above 60% health. So what I've seen some people do, and what I may or may have done in past, is that I have used it for the first shot and then switched afterwards to deal more damage in general, which it really doesn't matter, especially because this is just going to be a slower paced game, you know. I also decided on the weapon wheel to put it into a semi-auto rifle category and an auto rifle category. I decided to do that because there are perk cards that separate the two. So like there's a weapon, I don't know the name of the perks right now. Editor me will throw them up here. Wait, I am editor me. Here are the first 2 examples that I could find. And so that's just the same with every weapon category. Archery is the weirdest one because, as you know, there's no ones that just upgrade straight up archery damage. You can do range damage, but there is not, the only ones that are for archery increase its sneak damage, so it really doesn't help that much when you're in combat for a long time. Of course, I've spent way too long trying to explain the rules. I am really sorry about this. I promise. I'm just going to talk about the tier 3, what I've come up with so far, and then we're going to go on with the run. Okay, so with tier 3 weapons, I just tried to find the weapons that were like either the hardest to obtain or just the ones that I think hit the hardest. Now when I was looking around, some of the resources tried telling me that the alien blaster was a really good gun, and I honestly have no clue on that. I did throw it in the tier 3 wheel, but I honestly don't know if it is tier 3 or not, so you guys will have to let me know on that one. But yeah, I will only be able to use tier 3 weapons after hitting level 55 and completing a main story faction. Alright, so that's all I got so far. If there's anything you guys want to see adjusted or you think that could be made better, please let me know in the comment sections down below. And while you're down there, leave a like to see the story continue. And thank you guys for putting up with this. What would this be? A 6-minute explanation of what I got going on? Now let's get into the run. So during this 6-minute monologue, what I have done is I made my way to the Wayward and I got the quest started for that. And now what I'm doing, I'm over here in Flatwoods registering to be a responder to help find the Overseer and get started on that quest line. I know that the main quest for her doesn't start until you hit level 20, or you can't progress it past finding her until you hit level 20. But I just want to get that out of the way for now because I feel like it was a nice little way to get XP and get things set up. My next step is going to be heading to Morgantown Airport just because it's genuinely one of my favorite places in the entire game. The entire Morgantown area, the railroad, the train station, the airport, all of that is my favorite. But right now my current objective is to do everything that I have within the same vicinity, because one of the rules I mentioned at the start is no fast traveling. So that is going to be a significant roadblock. I wouldn't really say roadblock, it just makes this challenge a lot longer than so as I'm making my way to Morgantown, my main objective is to get as much XP killing just random mobs and clearing out places as I can, because like I said, the sooner I hit level 20, the sooner I get a chance to upgrade my weapon, and that's one of the things I'm hoping for right now. When I started this run, I didn't realize how wonderful throwing knife. I just double whiffed. I double whiffed talking about how much I like throwing knives. That's crazy. But yeah, I didn't realize how good throwing knives were until I started doing this challenge run. I was pleasantly surprised, to say the least. I might have to change that grenade rule in the future. For now, I'm just going to keep rocking with it. But yeah, after looting Slunkum Joe, it's time for me to get to the train yard, I think is what it is. But I made sure to stop at the quarry because I thought about going into the mining site here just because it would give me... But this guy right here told me to stop and remind you guys to like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you see, and turn on those post notifications so you won't miss a video whenever I do manage to actually upload. But these robots right here did swing on me a little bit. These guys scared me. I'm not very good at fighting robots in this game. They do a lot more damage than I think they would.
You stupid.
But I finally made my way to the Morgantown train yard here, and my main goal was to kill everything here that I could. I hit level 5 finally. That's hype. Level 6, sorry, level 6. But I also wanted to make sure to find the responders chests that are hidden around the map. I don't know if I have the clip in here. I'm pretty sure I do, but I did manage to find all 3 of them. After clearing everyone out, I decided I should probably actually level up. Yeah, very funny joke right there. Can we get a W? But yeah, my main goal right now is to invest into intelligence as much as possible. And that perk I showed up on the screen there makes it so my throwing knives bounce from one enemy to another. And that is so much fun. It is one of the most fun perks I've found during this challenge run. And if I were to unfortunately die and have to make a new character, that might be one of the first things I get just because of how much fun I had using it. I finally made my way to the Morgantown train station, and after scrapping all of these weapons, I realized something that was very interesting to me, and it was the fact that out of every enemy I've killed and every weapon I've picked up, I have not picked up a single pipe bolt action pistol, which is the gun that I'm using. I haven't picked up a single one yet. I don't have any mods for it. Now right here, I see Legendary Scorched Wanderer, and I get kind of excited because that means I have a chance. This is my first chance at being able to get a legendary weapon. and that's hype. Now, it's going to be an extremely rare and low chance because it has to be a bolt action pipe pistol. It has to be that exact weapon. It has to be something that's even worth using. So I was kind of worried about this. Yeah, I went AFK during a permadeath run. What are you going to do about it? Okay, you can just, after running all the way back through the airport to grab the key card that I walked by twice, I make my way up and I realize it's time for me to see. And as we make our way up to the last room of Scorch, I know the legendary guy's in here, so I want you guys to place your bets right now. Do you think I'm going to get a legendary weapon I can use off of this or no? I mean, an armor piece isn't bad. An auto stim, that'll be helpful to stop me from accidentally dying, I guess. But after this, I go ahead, I make sure to, this is my perk cards right now, this is what I got going on. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I'm literally just trying to get endurance up as much as I can. Or not endurance, intelligence, excuse me. I make sure to clean up anybody that's still hanging out outside. This is one of my places I like to run during the Spooky Scorched event. At the time of the recording, the event wasn't out yet, but I know it's out because I've been playing it on a different character. I really don't know how to do server events like that. I mean, obviously I'm not going to join the public events, but at the same time I do want some of the skids and some of the items that it drops from the event. I mean, is it kind of unfair because the event spawns a lot of Spooky Scorched in? Yeah, because that just means I have more chance at getting legendary weapons that I can use. So I could see going either way on that. Let me know what you guys think though, because I probably won't do it unless I naturally occur upon it. Obviously I'm not going to farm it because that feels against rules or against the integrity of the challenge. But if I do run across a Spooky Scorched, I probably will just kill it anyway. Same with things like the Crash Course event here at the end of Morgantown Airport, because if you guys don't know, you can fly off it or shoot off a mortar flare and like 6 waves of Scorched will come after you for a little bit. But obviously I'm not going to do that because it does technically count as a public event. We got a Somerset special, of course, after completing the quest line. Obviously I'm not going to use it. Really the only thing I can do with other legendary weapons that I get is scrap them. I know because of the daily quest that the vendor thing that's out front of the train stations count as a NPC vendor. I know that because I did it on one of my other accounts. So my plan right now, I'm trying to figure out what all to do. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do everything that's here in Morgantown. Oh yeah, I also wanted to take a moment to appreciate this. This is what's left after the nuclear explosion. I was actually showing my wife this in real time. But anyway, I make my way back to the train station. I took a break to try to figure out why my game was stuttering so much, and then I got hit with this, so it really didn't help that much, if at all. But I run through Morgantown Airport one more time just to get a little more experience before heading out. Here we are, we finally hit level 8, and like I said earlier, my main plan is just getting intelligence because I know there are 2 sets of perks that decrease how much durability is used when using ranged weapons and pipe weapons. I do make sure to pick up guns and bullets, 5, somewhere around there. I don't remember which one, but I don't know what the rule should be on these either. I'm not going to use it yet, honestly, just because I'm not really too worried about it. I don't think I've ever used a bobblehead or a magazine in Fallout 76, even on older accounts. And I have like 400 hours in the game, mind you. Not just here on PC, but on Xbox One as well. So I decided to do the frat party because, you know, I didn't get enough of them in college. You know, I decided I need to attend one in a video game here. And if you guys have never done this before, the briefest way... How did I miss that? The briefest way I can summarize it for you guys is basically one of the frat bros learned how to make Nuka moonshine or something like that, and afterward it turned everyone into feral ghouls basically, or it happened the night of when the nuke fell. But listen, if you guys have a free time, I would heavily suggest going and reading through all this again, especially the holotape, because if I remember right, it goes, and I quote, "I love this guy to death, but he's really annoying." But anyway, all you gotta do is find the Nuka Shine and then drink it and then read the label, if I remember right. And after drinking the Nuka Moonshine or whatever it's called, you're gonna get attacked by a bunch of feral ghouls. It's really nothing too difficult. It's 10 total, I think. You're pretty much just waiting for the effect of the moonshine to wear off. And a fun fact I didn't learn until the effect wore off is that when it's over, you literally get teleported. Who is this? Yeah, I got teleported all the way to Willy Woo Water Park, if I remember what it's called correctly. And I genuinely forgot this was a thing. I was so flabbergasted. I really didn't know what to do. So I kind of just ran around a little bit. So after I wandered around for a bit, I decided that I should probably register to be a Pioneer Scout. Oh, my alarm going off. Hold on. I registered to become a Pioneer Scout. I can do all the challenges. The only ones that I know I can't do would be like the ones that involve reviving someone while they're swimming or something like that. I decided to also try to take the the exams too, because I know that would be some easy progression. I got so close, man. This was straight off the dome too. I didn't look up no cheats or nothing for that. But I decided to make my way towards Grafton because I know there's a few quests I can do there. And this beer bottle, or you have to clean up the area, which ironically enough, I didn't even have the quest when I started doing this. Oh, Clarksburg. Sorry, not Grafton. Clarksburg. That's my bad. So after stealing all the ammo and wiping all the feral ghouls, I decided I should go back to the robot Pioneer Scout lady. Not the dude, but the lady. And on my way, I ran into these rad scorpions, and I was absolutely terrified because of what I saw next. Okay, I don't know how to like get the arrow to track, so I'm just manually moving it, so please forgive me. But yeah, rad scorpion queen. Is it only level 20? Yeah. But you see right here, I'm checking what level I am, and I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. So I went ahead and I decided I should probably gather some toxic goo instead. And then after talking to the range attendant, now I'm supposed to go wipe out all the feral ghouls. But before I do that, I run back to the robot Pioneer Scout lady. I don't remember her name. I complete that. So after giving myself another perk, I decided to make my way back to the Willy Woo Water Park, if I remember correctly what it's called. I have a question for you guys also about a rule for this challenge. So I know I said no public events. Yeah, so I believe, yeah, Miss Annie here wants our help to find a kid. But back to the Scorched event. What do you guys think about it? I wouldn't necessarily call it a public event, because when I made these rules in mind, I had what I thought the public event was like the events that you have to fast travel for. It is genuinely a public event, so like I could see that. Also, I had to log off in between while wiping out the water park because I had to go to work. But yeah, let me know what you guys think while I'm running around doing the quest here. If you guys don't want me to do it, I won't do it. But if it's okay, I'm still not gonna farm it. I'm not gonna like just keep server hopping running through the same 2-3 spots, because I feel like that just wouldn't be appreciated of the challenge. It really wouldn't make it a challenge being able to farm legendaries like that. But if they came across my pathway, I would kill them. That's pretty much all I'm asking about. And after reading this terminal here, I run into some protectrons here, and they were low-key melting my shit. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, just look at my health right here. 39. I was terrified. When I looked down and saw 30, I got terrified. This is the most tactical I've ever had to play this game. On everything I know. Everything was one shot too. That's what's crazy. I could have just stayed where I was, but no, I had to hide from 3 protectrons, man. Anyway, after looting the airdrop, those don't count as public events, right? I'm not bugging. I made my way over to a farm. I was kind of lost on what to do at this point because I was completely thrown off by being sent over here. So I made my way to Grafton also to talk to the mayor and do the quest there. And after killing the super mutant, I hit level 10 finally. And I almost joined a public event here, but I didn't actually participate, of course. I didn't know what else to do. I was just trying to do the quest, so I made my way to the mayor as fast as possible, and then afterwards I immediately ran away to the station. The kid's transmitter thing, he tells us that, hey, you went to hang out with our uncle, something like that. And so after reading some terminals and making my way to his house, what happened next? Oh my god, I made my way all the way to the penitentiary. Dude, I cut out like a solid like 20 minutes of just walking. Hold on. Let me be able to explain this to you guys better. Give me 1 second. Alright, so you're gonna have to bear with me as I try to explain this. So basically, I went the wrong way, and I ended up at the East Penitentiary wing or something like that, between Grafton and Morgantown. And so after clearing it out, I made my way to Grafton Steel, because my plan was to go Grafton Steel, then head up north and get all the quests that I had up there. But I actually got really close to dying during this whole fight scene that you guys are witnessing. This is when I realized that now that I'm level 10, 10, I really need to upgrade my pipe pistol. Obviously, I'm still using like the level 1 or level 5 one, because like I said, I haven't gotten a single bolt action pipe pistol to drop this entire run. So after making my way into Grafton Steel here, I'm gonna go ahead. Here's number 1 here. Yeah, there's just a little note, select 4 notes or samples or something like that. All right, here's note number 2. I finally make a level 10 pipe pistol here, and note number 3. I really don't know the lore of this place. I wasn't too bothered about it. Decided I should finally rank up. We finally unlocked Gunsmith, so that's going to be huge. And right here, I paused to take a thumbnail for the video. Yeah, I genuinely couldn't find the footage. But after running for 5 minutes, I completed this mission. I had to go do some work. So this is the end of episode 1 of the Iron Vagabond series. And right here is a sneak little preview of episode 2. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. I know, level 50. Fighting a blue devil, but you're not going to see how this thing turns out. You guys are going to have to tune in for the next video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on the last video. As I'm editing this, it's currently sitting at 663 views, 19 likes, and 6 comments, which isn't a lot, but it's crazy that I got that much support, and it really means the world to me, guys. So thank you. And with that, it's time for baby gatos. Here's the little Eeper sleepers on my chair. Thank you guys so much for the love and support and the kind words in the comments. I saw that too. I saw the kind comments. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in episode 2.